Match day 14 for Liga MX, and this is probably the best week of Liga MX Match Day 14. So this could be fun. Welcome to predictions video, Liga MX Match Day 14. We're starting off today on Friday night soccer, which currently it is 8:45 as of recorded. So we have two games that are happening as of today. So starting today, 9 p.m. coming up. 15th place Puebla versus 11th place León. 9 p.m. Eastern on TUN. Puebla coming off a draw to Juarez 1-1, and nothing very well for Puebla in 15th place. They're not having this good year they're having. Meanwhile, for León, they just had a huge 2-0 win against Atlas, and they're outside of the top 10. So if they can get a win against Puebla, maybe they can sneak into that top 10. So we'll see if they can do it. But I'm going to go with a draw. Give me a 1-1 draw. 10th place Juarez versus 12th place Tijuana at 11:06 p.m. Eastern on Fox Deportes. Juarez, I mentioned earlier, they had that draw with Puebla, but also they had a draw with Querétaro not a couple days ago, 1-1. Going up against Tijuana, who had a huge win against Tigres. And listen, that race for the top 10 could get a little intriguing when we get to those final matches and into the playoffs. So I'm going to go with Juarez in an upset. I think this should be a balanced game. 2-1 will be my final. Then on Saturday, we have some games that could end up being match day of the week. First one, 8th place Tigres versus 1st place Chivas. 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox Deportes. As I mentioned earlier, Tigres coming off a tough loss to Tijuana in their stadium. And now they got to bounce back. They need to bounce back in home against 1st place Chivas, who coming off a 2-2 draw with Pumas and already secured their spot into the playoffs. Probably try to lock in that number one 1st place spot in the Liga MX, which is a big surprise. Everyone had Toluca in 1st place, but no one is expecting this side to Chivas in there. So now this could be Chivas' biggest test going on the road against Tigres. And I gotta be honest, I'm gonna go with Tigres. I think they can pull off the big win. It's played at home. They're going to play a good Chivas team. I think Tigres pulls off the big upset. They get a 2-0 win over Chivas. 16th place Querétaro versus 9th place Necaxa. 7 p.m. Eastern on VX Plus. Querétaro coming off a 1-0 upset win against Toluca. Wow, that's a big time win for them. But then they slipped and drew with Juarez 1-1. Going up against Necaxa, who are in the top 10, and they're coming off a 2-1 win against Mazatlan. So going against Querétaro, probably Necaxa. Maybe this is a trap game for them. But I'm going to go Necaxa winning it. They'll win this one 2-0. 7th place Atlas versus 13th place Monterrey at 9 p.m. Eastern on TUN. Atlas and Monterrey both coming off losses, and this could be another potential match day of the week because both of them are coming off losses and they're both trying to get into the playoffs. So for Atlas, lost to León, really brutal for them, while for Monterrey, a 2-1 loss to Atlético San Luis. That one is a pain. That one is really painful, Monterrey. Now, going to Guadalajara against Atlas, I could see this go either one side of the fair, but I'm going to go Monterrey, maybe by an inch, 2-1. Then, 4th place Pachuca versus 18th place Santos, 9 p.m. Eastern on VX Plus. Pachuca got a huge 2-1 win against Cruz Azul. That is a huge win for them at believe it's in Cruz Azul. So big time win for them. Going up against Santos, who drew with America, a team that is trying to lock in their spot in the playoffs. And things, again, not going very well for Santos, but they're trying to show up some fights. But I'm going to go Pachuca 3-0. All right, match day of the week. This is a huge one for those who are watching. For todos los que están viendo en este video, bueno match. El Club América contra Cruz Azul en el nuevo estadio Azteca, o estadio Banotro, no sé cómo dicen, no, pero voy a decir estadio Azteca. Ahí está. It is Club America, 6th place against 2nd place Cruz Azul at 11:05 p.m. Eastern on TUN, and both sides are going to have a clash of Titans. These are two Titans, of course. They both play in the same stadium, of course. It is a rivalry game for both of them, and they're both trying to stay in the position of trying to reach top 5. Well, for Cruz Azul to try to get to first place. They're coming off that loss to Pachuca, while America came off a draw to Santos. So, this is going to be an intriguing game because Cruz Azul, they're trying to show the Mexican League, no, they're for real. They could be a real sneaky team to win the Clausura. As for America, there's been some ups, there's some been downs, but it looks like they're in the right direction as we're getting closer to the playoffs. So, being played in the Estadio Bonoro or Estadio Azteca. I'll probably call Estadio Azteca, but hopefully get the name right. So, this is a huge rivalry game. It is being played there. The new renovation team, of course, new renovation stadium. I'm gonna go with America, and they're gonna play some passionate soccer against Cruz Azul or Fútbol Pasión. There you go. Against Cruz Azul. Final score: America 1, Cruz Azul 0. Then on Sunday, 5th place Pumas versus 17th place Mazatlan at 2 p.m. Eastern on TUN. Pumas mentioned earlier they had a draw with Chivas. Big result, by the way, 2-2, which is a real good result for them. Going up against Mazatlan, who coming off a 2-1 loss to Necaxa. And for Pumas, it could be a trap game. They cannot afford to drop points for this one. So I'm going to go with Pumas winning this one 3-1. And finally, Toluca versus Atlético San Luis, 9 p.m. Eastern on TUN. Toluca, your undefeated streak is over after losing to Querétaro. Yep, sorry for the loss. But again, nothing has to be being perfect. It's really hard to be perfect, to let you know. Going up against San Luis, who had a big win against Monterrey 2-1. And outside of the top 10, I could see Atlético San Luis trying to sneak in the playoffs, but I don't know. Going up against Toluca is not going to be easy. So I'm going to go with Toluca winning this 3-1. That's it for Liga MX Matchday 14 predictions. If you're not seeing my other videos, go check them out on my channel. Of course, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And one more thing before this video comes to an end. I will start Get to Know Your Nations for the 2026 FIFA World Cup Episode 1 on Sunday. We will start from Canada all the way to the last team, the last nation who qualified in the expanded 48 World Cup, which is going to be a fun World Cup this summer. So, leave it to you guys. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.